This is Michelle Manriquez from Drop That Brush, and I want to help people who are non-artists become artists. Today, let's do a quick demo about darks. I'm going to give you 5 steps to get darks in watercolor. Step number 1, actually look at your palette because it depends on what colors you have. This will not give me a dark. This, which is Cobalt Blue, will not give me a dark. This will not give me a dark. Anything that looks dark on the palette will also could be used for a dark color. This is darker than this. So it's dark, but this will be a darker. So you want to look for whatever you have that are dark, you're going to use those for your darks. Number 2, use a complementary color. So if I use this color and purple, it will not get dark because this is a very, very light value. So if I want to do a dark with purple, I do the darkest brown I have. And that will give you a really dark brownish purple. If I use this one, it's not that dark. You can kind of look and see. This is the darkest one I have that is green and red. Now, which red do I want? Do I want to do the lighter red or the darker red? You're going to use the darker red. So we're going to do the complementary colors. Use chowder by not using a lot of water. Get chowder. Chowder means, you see me, I'm just scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. So stay out of the water. Get your piles. You got your piles, right? And make sure that it's coming straight from the well. Number 4, stay out of the water as much as you can until it gets messy. First, I do want you to say, though, what it would look like if I mix it on the palette. So there's your color if you mix it on the palette. And if you think that's pretty, well, yeah, that's okay to you. Not my thing, but I really love mixing it and letting it do it. So I'm gonna grab my first wash. Uh-oh, I can already see I used too much water because I was playing over there. So I'm gonna come over here because you're looking for that really vibrant, clean color. And I'm going to grab a little bit and mix it. And I'm going to grab here. And I'm going to grab, it's dirty. I'm not going to come over here and go, oh yes. Okay, I do need a little water. Sometimes I get a little overexcited. So I will get some vibrant, some mixed, and you can see how dark that came. Let's do another one. This one is a warm brown. I like this. This makes a pretty color with, and again, I think I'm about out of color here. I'm kind of scraping on the edges. Then I would use purple. Okay, so it's very thick. That's not that dark because, yeah, I'm running out. But you can see this has a beautiful mix. And I'm just going back and forth. Another one that I really like is Cobalt Blue. Now, this does not get that dark. I also use ultramarine blue. That'll make it darker. Or I could also Anthraquinone Blue. Did you see me? I'm going right over here and going ahead and putting color, making it thick. This color, it's basically just gray. My darkest green is this, and it really isn't that dark. I may mix a little of this darker because I think that would make it dark enough that make you a better color. So I'm gonna mix these two, just so I can get a dark enough green. Clean, tap. Now, looking for between these two, we don't want to do that light one. We want the darkest one that we have. So I'm gonna scrub. You see me scrubbing? I'm not just doing a little, tap. I'm scrubbing. Now I'm starting to get mucky already. So I'm gonna try to get a little more cleaner paint. Gonna come back here. Because I don't want it to be ucky. I want it to be kind of a fun color, So you kind of go in and see the beautiful color in the darks. Let me mix this so you see what you get when you mix this. And I don't think these are pretty colors. Personally, if you consider that pretty, well, okay. But yeah, I don't think that's pretty. And this is the color you get if you just mixed it by yourself. I am very into direct painting from piles of color and then put it in there. And you get interesting backgrounds, just fun backgrounds. Now this is not going to be dark enough. This is not going to be dark enough. And so some of these require a second layer. If you put it here, it's really pretty. So, you can play. You don't always have to, okay, can you see what I did? I didn't do it thick, and it shows. Okay, I'm gonna put a second layer on, just so you see how, when I put a second layer on, what you get. I do not have to make it so thick. So I can go here and go back and forth. And you can see I'm kind of going back and forth. And you see me just grabbing color. And that's a pretty dark color. Sometimes it will take a second layer. Let's do the rest of these. Now, the reason why I'm making this to be pretty thick is because it's not that dark of a color. I'm gonna go over to a darker blue. This will not get any darker pretty much than that. That's where you're at. So in order to get it dark, you got to go into ultramarine blue, or I love this color. It's really gorgeous. So here we go. This one, these two colors, Anthraquinone Blue, Anthraquinone Blue, something like that. And this color make the darkest black. And you can see that gets really dark. Let's go to the steps again. Look at the palette for dark, then look for complements. Get right after the well and scrub until you got a big thing paint. Don't go in and out of the water. Try to stay away from the water. Try to mix it on the paper rather than in the palette. When you're not sure what you're doing, drop that brush. You have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.